Hi there, I'm Alina and welcome to my simple grammar course I prepared especially for you. In today's video, we're going to talk about adjectives. If you are new to this channel, remember to subscribe and you won't miss anything interesting. In today's video, I'm going to tell you about adjectives. Adjectives are extremely important when we want to describe a noun. The good news is adjectives stay the same in the singular and plural forms. Let's take a noun job. How will you describe your job? Is it interesting? Is it boring? Is it stressful? Is it rewarding? Is it demanding? Is it challenging? All the words that I've used are adjectives. Adjectives usually go before nouns. For example, I have an interesting job, but sometimes they can go after verbs as well. For example, my job is interesting. Let's take a noun table and see how many ways there are in English to describe a table. We may say a nice table, a big table, a new table, a wooden table, a round table, a Swedish table. But what if we want to use more than one adjective at a time? How will you say it in English? An exciting new Netflix movie or new Netflix exciting movie. Remember, when we use one or more adjectives at a time in a sentence, we need to follow a certain order. Let's see what I mean. There are opinion adjectives and fact adjectives. Adjectives such as fantastic, nice, pretty, delicious, exciting, and others are opinion adjectives. They give us opinion about something. And opinion adjectives usually go before fact adjectives. Fact adjectives give us factual information about size, small, big, large, long, short, about shape, round, square, oval, circle, triangle. About age, new, old, young, middle-aged, ancient. About color, red, yellow, black, white, blue. About origin, Polish, Chinese, Swiss, Danish, Japanese. About material, wooden, plastic, paper, glass, metal. I know it's pretty hard to memorize it, but don't worry. Remember, it is actually very rare to use 2 or more adjectives at a time in a sentence. Even 3 is quite rare. But still, if you use 2 or more adjectives, remember, first come opinion adjectives, then fact adjectives. Let's take some more examples. An exciting new Netflix movie. A nice small garden. A beautiful red sunset. A famous Italian painter. A delicious large chocolate cake. Let's move on. Sometimes when we want to give adjectives more power or more emphasis, when we want to make them stronger in meaning, we use intensifiers, such powerful words as a little, a bit, slightly, quite, rather, very, much, completely, terribly, awfully, fairly, absolutely, too. There are many of them. Let me show how we can use them in English. Imagine the situation. You need to buy a present for a friend and you have only $50. You go to the bookshop and decide to buy a book. You take the book that costs $60. Is it expensive for you? Yes, it is. How expensive? In English, if we want to show a slight difference, we can use such intensifiers as a bit, a little, slightly. So you say, the book is a bit expensive for me. You take the book that costs $80. Is it expensive for you? Yes, it is. How expensive? And here you can use such intensifiers as quite, rather. The book is quite expensive for me. You take the book that costs $100. Is it expensive for you? Yes, it is. How expensive? And here we can use such intensifiers as very, really. They make an adjective stronger in meaning. So you say, the book is very expensive for me. You take a book that costs $200. Is it expensive for you? Yes, it is. How expensive? And here you can use such intensifiers as too, extremely, awfully. And you say, the book is too expensive for me, or the book is terribly expensive for me. I can't buy it. Okay, let me give you some more examples. I have a pretty stressful job. This is quite a good CD. You should buy it. I was too shy to ask you for dance. It is extremely hot today. He seems much better today. Let's move on. When we talk about adjectives, it is important to know about the superlative and comparative forms of adjectives. Let's take a look at the picture I have. There are two different cars and their owners are arguing with each other about whose car is better, less comfortable, more economical, the most expensive, the least expensive. In all these examples, comparative and superlative forms of adjectives are used. We use comparatives such as better, faster, more comfortable, less comfortable, to compare things, to say that one thing is different from another. We use superlatives such as the most expensive, the least expensive, to compare one item with two or more other items, and to say that one item is an extreme, the most or the least of something. Let's take a quick look at how we make comparative and superlative forms of adjectives. Let's take some adjectives as tall, small. If it is a short adjective, it takes er in the comparative and the plus est in the superlative form. So, tall, taller, the tallest. Small, smaller, the smallest. Don't forget about the definite article the. It is very important. Let's take some more. Short, shorter, the shortest. What about easy, noisy? Easy, easier, the easiest. If you have watched the video about nouns, you remember that consonant plus y Y changes into I. So, easy, easier, the easiest. Noisy, noisier, the noisiest. Okay, let's take some more adjectives. Big, bigger, the biggest. Hot, hotter, the hottest. Keep in mind, vowel plus consonant, double the last consonant. If we have a long adjective such as hardworking, stressful, we add more in the comparative and the most in the superlative forms. So, hardworking, more hardworking, the most hardworking. Difficult, more difficult, the most difficult. Stressful, more stressful, the most stressful. In English, there are some exceptions you need to know. Good, better, the best. Bad, worse, the worst. Little, less, the least. And now, when you have a better understanding of an adjective, let's do some extra practice I prepared especially for you. We are going to compare a bus, a plane, a train using such adjectives as expensive, cheap, and comfortable. So, according to the picture, I can say the bus is cheaper than the train. The train is more expensive than the bus. The bus is less expensive than the train. The plane is the fastest of all. The plane is the most expensive of all. The bus is the cheapest of all. The bus is the least expensive of all. If you want to say that something is identical or very similar in meaning, you can say the train is as comfortable as the plane. The train is just as comfortable as the plane. If we put not in front, it will take some negative meaning. The train is not as comfortable as the bus. Thanks for watching me. That was all for today. I hope you now have a better understanding of adjectives and you'll easily use them in a sentence. Don't forget to practice. Remember, practice makes perfect. See you next time.